Down further.
Happy Tuesday. We are live. And of course, late. No. Got to mention it because it's our thing. Kayla McDonald with Remax Alliance Group. And we have Miss Lindsay Weber.
Happy Tuesday.
And today we have Brian and Amanda Hart on with us. I don't know which company we would like to say they're from, but they own Naturecoast Roofing Solutions, Blackjack Media Group, and Raptor Boatworks. Is there anything that I'm missing?
No.
Not currently.
No, not currently. And we don't plan anything in the future either.
Well, I feel like you guys haven't planned a lot of stuff. It's not like you have a 10-year goal and I'm going to open up this, and this.
No, we just kind of go at a whim. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun. Let's try it. And
Pretty
then
much.
Brian would be like, what the hell were you thinking?
Pretty much. So I'm going to put the ball over into your guys' court, and whichever company you guys want to talk about, we can maybe start all the way back.
Start with the oldest first.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting here thinking, all of these were your fault. Every one of them. So you want to talk about Blackjack?
No, we're not talking about that. I love Blackjack.
Well, we love Blackjack too, because
Yeah.
without Blackjack, we wouldn't be where we are.
You said it was all his fault.
It
So
is.
it was your idea for Blackjack.
Yes.
Okay. So
Guilty.
where'd the idea come from? What was the need that you were trying to fulfill?
There was a local guy that used to wrap our boats for fishing tournaments.
Okay.
Fish love redfish tournaments.
Mhm.
And he went out of business, and he come to us and wanted us to open up a business with him.
Okay.
And we've been in a shop and helped him so much that
You learned how to do it.
We just started our own business and ran with it.
That's cool.
We literally opened up 1.5 miles down the street
But
from where his business was.
Right.
He said he was the owner of the business, and long story short, he was, and he got his hand caught in the cookie jar, and
Right.
I wasn't gonna have anything to do with him, so
So you started your own.
we started our own and took off with it.
But I wasn't part of that when they first started. I don't know if you guys know that. But
No. How many years ago was it? I think I asked not that long ago how many years Blackjack's been in business.
19 now, right?
2006.
19 years.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
It is
That
crazy.
is wild.
So I had no part of it because my background was childcare. That's actually
Yeah.
how I know Lindsay. I used to take care of her kids when they were little.
Yeah.
And it was 3 guys that started Blackjack. And the initial investor, he came up with the name because everybody's always like, do you like to gamble? No, we don't like to gamble because we don't like to lose money.
Right.
Right.
So I came in, Frank didn't. No.
Frank loved me.
And then I came in probably 2 years later, 3 years later. And then Brian was last man standing. So then he called me and we shared this story with Tanner when we were on his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But Brian called me and he had gotten a phone call from Bright House.
Mhm.
And they said, we'd like to work with your business. And Brian calls me and he's like, you need to come to meet with this lady from Bright House.
To do what?
They wanted us to wrap all of the Bright House vehicles.
Okay.
And we met with her and we got the job, and it literally almost killed us. We literally almost went out of business in year 3 or 4 because they were a 90-day pay.
Oh, so you had to front all the money,
All the labor, all the
all
materials.
everything, waiting for them
And we
to
were
be paid.
delivering all their vehicles to, where was it at? Auburndale.
Auburndale.
Yeah. Like they would call us and be like, we have 12 vehicles, come get them. So we had to get all the people together to go get all 12 vehicles. I mean, we didn't get 12 of this at one time. We got like 6 or 8, and we wrapped them. And it would take us a week and a half when we first started.
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't get paid for 90 days. So we were carrying all of that labor and material costs for 90 days. And finally we called her and we were like, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And she's like,
That's
well,
a long
what can we do?
time.
Yeah. She's like, well, what can we do to help? I'm like,
Pay
pay
us.
us when we're done.
Yeah.
Pay us right away.
Delivered,
Yeah.
paid.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
they probably have their own protocol of how they have to submit for all their stuff. So maybe they have to submit it earlier or whatever, but
So
that's a long time.
Yeah, we didn't do Bright House we probably had a contract for about a year, right? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And drop off your trucks and pick them up.
Well, it's because would be labor intense on their end,
Right.
Right.
right? And we love Bright House. They helped us get on the map, and we were on 19 at the time, and it was cool to see all the Bright House at the time. They wrapped all their vehicles different colors,
Mm-hmm.
so it was definitely a good marketing tool for us to get us on the map. But
Yeah.
it just didn't make sense as a business.
And then you expanded at
We
some
did.
point in time to do all kinds of advertising.
Yes.
Why are you staring at me? Tell us, Brian.
That wasn't my idea, it was hers.
To expand? All right.
The bus contract, yeah.
So people would call us, and we were wrapping their vehicles, and they're like, "Well, can you do keychains, and can you do that, and can you do this?"
Sure, we can now.
Yeah. At first, we were like, "No." So
Yeah.
we had to navigate through that.
Right.
We had to get trusted vendors because we didn't want to look like
Yeah.
customer service has always been number one.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to say we could do keychains if I didn't have somebody that I could work with that I trusted.
Right.
So and then we I'd like to say that Blackjack brought transit advertising to Pasco County because we literally did. It was the conversation that we had with a couple of the county commissioners at the time, and it was a way to bring additional revenue into the county. It was something that they were utilizing. So
Oh, yeah. They have these huge, basically traveling billboards, and all they had, because I remember growing up, they just always had the PCPT. And now it's so cool to see all the different buses and all the different advertisements. And it's cool to see people, your friends and business owners that you
Right.
work with. And you're like, oh, hey, look at the bus.
Right.
And it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that, oh, Blackjack just sells all this advertisement and makes all this money. Doesn't quite work like that.
Right.
So it's a revenue share with the county. So whatever we sell those buses for, we share the revenue with. And we literally write a check to Pasco County Board of County Commissioners every month. And it's a contract that we have to bid on as well. So we're going on year 11? We've had the contract. So we have to bid on it every 5 years.
Right.
And we've had some competition, and but I'd like to think that Blackjack was the one that brought that to the county. So that's something that hopefully our kids
Yeah, I don't see
our
anybody
kids
else
or
that,
tell their kids.
Mhm.
that does it.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. And then along came what?
Also your idea. Go ahead, tell them the
That's what
story.
we're gonna get from Brian. We're gonna have a reel of all of his noises that he's made the whole entire.
I'm gonna screenshot. You made that happen.
Just all the different noises.
And just capture the face,
Yeah.
and make all the different memes.
I have a 3-year plan. When I turn 50, I want to be retired. That's where I'm at.
Right.
So,
We had talked about that you're putting all the pieces in place for the goal of a few years. I think it was probably your 5-year goal when you had first mentioned that to me. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you have 3 years left of putting everything in place so you can retire,
Well, we
and spend more
lost-
time
we
on your
lost-
boat.
Lost on the roofing because Hunter's going to take it.
right?
So we will. Well, I mean, he can write us a check every month, so mom and dad can go on vacations. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So was Naturecoast before the boat?
About the same time.
Yeah,
Pretty
I feel like those two were very close,
Very close.
to each
And
other.
Airboats is going to be after. I can't not do anything, so I got to have something to do. So
That's going to be your
I'm
project.
I'm just getting that set up to where I got something to tinker with.
Yeah. So how many have you built so far?
3 full boats, but we stay busy doing all the other parts of the boat.
Yeah.
So,
And you go and you use them and fish with them?
yeah.
I've never been on an airboat, Brian.
This weekend I'm home.
They're
so
fun.
Let's go.
I'm not home.
He's at a baseball tournament or
We're
yeah.
home.
I'm never home. Chris is with the kids, with Christian and the boys at a baseball tournament, and I'm with Courtney at a soccer tournament this weekend. So no, I'm never home. Yeah, I'm soccer mom. And then when I'm not soccer mom, I'm baseball mom.
She lives at the fields.
I
I
do.
miss those days.
I do and I don't. But sometimes it's like, okay, can we please just stay home
Take a
and
break.
eat pizza and watch a movie or
Yeah.
nothing?
Well-
I pray for rain just so I can stay
I
home.
remember doing that. I'd be like, yes.
This is right out.
I got lucky because my youngest son loves bass tournaments, so him and I do a lot of traveling fishing the bass tournaments.
Yeah, and you've caught some of the biggest bass I've ever seen. In fact, I sent Amanda a fishing like reel or something the other day that I figured that she showed to you, and they were so excited about this monster of a bass, which yours puts them to shame, but his reaction was absolutely hysterical. Did you show it to him? I don't know.
Where it was
It was funny. It was on Facebook. But anyway.
We're together all day, but we don't talk until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's par for the course of anybody that's married. You're in the office and you're talking business, if at all, and then by the time that everything's said and done, you finally get to sit down and then you're tired.
Yeah. And we don't want to talk.
Good night.
Yeah.
I'll
All right,
talk
see
to
you
you tomorrow. Right.
High five.
Right.
So
Done.
when I met Brian, come to find out he was a year younger than me.
Okay.
So he was 17 and I was 18, and he was fishing. He was doing bass tournaments with his dad, and he did Bassmasters Classic, which some people don't know what that is, but it's like the Super Bowl of bass fishing.
We fished FLW.
FLW.
Yeah.
And then he would be gone all the time.
Mhm.
Like him and his dad would travel everywhere. I mean, you've probably been to every state. And now we're older. I'm like, oh, let's go here. He's like, I already been there. I'm like, I don't care.
You're taking
Well, I love
me.
it, and I want to go.
Exactly.
Can we
So
bring the boat?
can we bring the boat?
Can we
And
bring
my
the boat?
answer is always no, because he hates to fly. And
Yeah.
I hate to drive. So
Mhm.
we've been together for 30 years and we've flown together 3 times.
Oh
3
my
times.
God.
And that was
So
to
you had to
Alaska,
drive. Well, where you had to.
Yellowstone,
Okay.
in Texas. Correct? Yeah. Yeah. In Alaska was so we could get on a boat and cruise because it was his dad's birthday. But yeah.
Cool. You have all those memories with your dad fishing and
I got no regrets with my dad.
absolutely not.
Traveled
Like, that is
yeah,
so
we've
cool.
done everything.
Yeah.
So then he went to saltwater fishing
Okay.
because we had 2 kids that we had to feed. So we had to make money somehow. Bass fishing was not making money. Now I say that he always went back to his first love, which is bass fishing.
Mhm.
So
It's expensive.
I mean, really, all fishing, hunting, they're very expensive hobbies.
Bass fishing is expensive.
I work to support Brian's hunting and fishing habits.
Tell me, I'm interested. Usually fishing isn't very expensive, but why is bass fishing just like the equipment, like itself, or
We call
traveling?
We call him bougie Brian. There's things that people don't know about Brian Hart. He likes very fine things. It might not be fine food, and it might not be fine hotels, although he does like a good hotel. He likes a bougie boat, and have you guys
just like the stuff to work? That's all.
Have you guys seen his room? Have you seen his room?
Mm-mm. No.
I
Are
don't
you
know.
kidding me?
Did we see it? I don't know. Did
We
we
saw my
took that?
closet.
Yeah, we went. I remember.
That's
the closet.
impressive.
Okay, so Brian has a room in the garage.
No, we didn't go out to the garage.
No, right. We would,
He has a room in the garage that's equivalent to my closet.
with all the fishing stuff.
It's literally hung up on the wall from screws. There's like that.
I do remember I guess it was Amazon or some delivery that was sent in for fishing lures when I was there. Yeah, and you were getting ready to go.
He has a room that we call like the miniature bass pro.
That's cool though.
That's kind of like my house, but Mike has a closet.
She has shoes, you have fishing stuff.
Mike has a closet, and then half of the garage that we have, it's not that big, but I mean, he's got. I mean, I feel like everything that he buys is expensive, like all the reels and
And no desire to
one
be like
lure's
captain.
like $30 or
No,
$50.
no.
Like,
You just want to do it.
and he has drawers of the. I mean, that's how he makes money, you know.
Well, that's
but-
what I was asking him. Like any desire to be like captain, the answer is no.
Saltwater.
He doesn't want to go
I got
back.
burned out. because I was on the water every day for 15 years.
Mhm.
It gets really
I hate it.
exhausting.
And then it's
Yeah.
no longer fun.
I don't even like taking them. Now the airboat, we take the airboat and go up the Homeless House in Crystal River.
Mhm.
That's fun. I can do that, but out here, I can't, there's too many people.
Yeah.
You know, when we go bass fishing, there's etiquette. You get on the water and there's somebody on your shoreline, they get out of your way or you give way to them. Out here, there's
They'll run right over
50
your line.
idiots that just follow the guides around all day, and it sucks for the guides.
Right.
So I feel bad for today's guides.
But there's a new generation of guides now too, like Mike and Travis.
Mike deals with it every day.
Yeah.
He knows what I'm talking
There's a
about.
new generation.
There is, and I mean, I hear it every day, and I'm like, man, you guys got a lot of drama out there.
Yeah, it is.
Boys,
There are a bunch of women out there. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a select few that are good.
That are
guys,
good, yeah.
But there's a lot of drama. I got no use for it.
Yeah, and I feel like there's like a lot of part-time people too, so like, and then people that don't truly know the ways of the water, like how you're supposed to drive your boat, you know, the channels.
Cracker jack fishing guys.
Yeah, I mean, then you got your just people out there that, I don't know how they even got a boat, but
Yeah.
they never took a course, they don't know how to drive it.
May God bless them. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
so, you know, you're dealing with people that are just don't know what the heck they're doing, so it can be really dangerous out there. So I feel like you're probably in the right spot.
Well, you get an airboat, nobody can follow the airboat.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
Yeah, most people can't get back to where you're going.
And then we did the tarpon tournaments for a number of years. That's why Hunter has a love for saltwaters, because we were always tarpon fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And Hyatt has a love for bass fishing because he went back to his first love.
Right.
And
Hyatt likes bass fishing because it's like playing video games. Yeah.
yeah, well, with the
Yeah.
5 screens that you have on your boat, yeah, I'm sure it is.
all the 5 screens that tell him everything he needs to know. I'm not opposed, Brian. I'm with you.
I got 60 inches of screen.
But then we found out that Brian likes the tournament. Like, he likes to
The
win.
competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's in every aspect of his life.
Mhm.
That's just not on the water, it's off the water as well.
Well, nobody likes to lose.
Not he,
Do
not
things
like
to
him.
lose. We were just talking about it the other day in some of these youth sports, and like, we're here to learn, not to win. What's the point of playing if you're not going to
They're
win?
gonna win.
No, win.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
that
crazy
goes
to
back
me.
to the
Sure.
we came from a generation where we didn't all get a prize.
Trophies.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, try harder next time.
And that's probably why we're all so competitive,
Yeah.
because we wanted the trophy.
Yeah.
Instead of the kids nowadays that we give a trophy to everybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
It
even
doesn't mean anything. It takes the fun and the joy and I don't know what the word is, but it just takes that out of actually winning, because the person who did
this
half of what you did still gets
it's
the
the
same
same
thing,
award. No.
You know?
Thank you.
Even their video games, we were talking about it the
Give me
other
your
day.
trophy.
I deserve that, not you. Even the video games, they've changed. There's not like you get like awards as you go type of thing. No, you get there and then you have to fight the big bad guy at the end. That's the point of
Mario
the
Brothers, you get
game.
the
The big guy at the
You have
end.
to stomp on him 3 times and then you win. You have to move on to the next level.
I was just saying that to Mike the
You
other
don't get an
day.
award for round 1.
I could go for a good like Sonic or Mario Brothers game.
Yeah.
Well, we had that at my house.
We don't even have a DVD player at our house.
Which Hyatt's the gamer in
Yeah.
your house? I saw all this.
Well, what's that thing
No,
he
he's not really a gamer. He's designing. The kid that designs trucks and like truck parts.
Oh,
and he's
cool.
Making money.
3D.
Wow.
Online, selling
His designs?
Uh-huh.
selling his designs. It's crazy.
Oh.
He's
Oh.
making like boats and trucks and trailers and big tires, and I don't really understand it, I'm gonna be honest with you, but I walk in his
It's
room, I'm like,
crazy
it's
what
really
these
cool.
kids buy.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's his little entrepreneur business. That's pretty cool.
It's kind of like a draftsman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a lot like an architect.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh,
Who
now I
knows
want to
that?
see all
Who's
his
that?
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. It's
I didn't
crazy.
either,
Neither did
clearly.
I. I just learned about it. I just had to buy him some fancy computer.
Fine, here.
How do you feel about that?
Whatever. Keeps them off the streets.
Yeah.
Well, and we've always we kind of embrace the ideas that they have. Lord knows that I have, currently I have chickens and goats in my yard because I embrace the fact that, and turkeys that Hadley likes that she's.
Well, I knew you fed the deer because you have a gazillion deer in your in your neighborhood. They're kind of scary because you think that they're all already passed, and then a whole nother set comes by, and they don't care. They stand right there in the middle of the road. They're great though.
Yeah.
Your home's beautiful.
So we kind of embrace all the kids' wins.
Yeah.
We raised rabbits. That was not good. They stink.
Yes, they do.
They stink really bad.
They're all so cute, but they're terrible. They smell awful.
Don't
So
they like get into your, like if you have any like shrubs or anything, don't they just kind of destroy your
mine are in
plants
cages
and
and
stuff?
No, that's the deer.
Oh, no,
They're
it's dear.
ridiculous.
Yeah. They eat grandma's flowers.
makes her happy about it.
Makes me happy. I don't know what's wrong.
She's out there planting more.
Pretty much.
Out of all the businesses that you've owned, what was your favorite and why? I'm sure they all have their own trials and tribulations, but the one that like got your blood moving, the one that you
Roofing.
really.
Yeah, because your son took over.
I was
It's
gonna
cool
be
to see
my
your kid take over.
Yeah, I like that.
same exact answer. I mean,
Yeah.
I've done a lot of really cool things in my life. I've had some things that I wanted to do and I accomplished them in the preschool.
Yeah.
Right? Like those were things that I wanted and I felt like they would fill my cup.
Mm-hmm.
But this morning, sitting at this table that we're sitting at right now, turned this way and having my son at the helm of the table and kind of take over the meeting, that's really cool.
Yeah, so proud.
Oh,
Like,
it's
yeah,
goosebumps.
an accomplishment. That's what you did it for all the years, and then you sit back and see them doing good and having their own dreams and being successful at it. It's a
Being
different feeling.
passionate
Yeah.
about something and just taking charge.
Yeah, because damn, you fight really hard to get them there. What are you doing?
He still gets aggravated for that. He's sitting in the room listening to every word we're saying.
Rolling his
he
eyes.
can come in.
And today's his 22nd birthday. I don't know
Yes.
how in hell we have a 22-year-old kid.
Happy
but
birthday. We got cupcakes all over the place
we
in
have
here
cupcakes
too.
and, yeah, a cookie cake tonight. But
Mm-hmm.
and I think it goes back to like Brian and I, we had a lot of really influential people in our lives. My grandmother was one of them. Brian's dad is one of his, but like they planted those seeds for us for the future. And it's always been important to Brian and I to plant those seeds here in the community. It was funny when Hunter was like, I'm never going to stay in Pasco. And we would be like, yeah, okay. All right.
I said the same thing,
Uh-huh.
and I'm never leaving now. I'm
Yeah.
like, I
But
can't.
why? Because of those relationships that
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah,
You can't. We've all been here way too long. We worked too hard to foster those relationships.
We're leaving. 3 years.
We'll come back. We'll come back. We'll visit. But I mean,
But I get what you mean. Like,
like it's home, and you have so many just friends that are basically like family in the community. It's like go somewhere else, and if you need something or have a question about something, you can pick up the phone. You have somebody you can call. Say, hey, I'm
to
having
completely start that over. Like,
how scary would that be?
oh my gosh. I think
Could
about
you
it all the
imagine?
time. No, like this is where I've been here, 21 years, 22 years, something like that. Anyway, I've been here longer than I was originally from Maryland, from where I grew up as a child, but to go somewhere else or even outside of your regular networked community, like it's a little scary.
Mhm.
Completely start over. Yeah, I can meet people and all,
Yeah,
but like
we could
that
all do
takes-
it.
Sure.
But who wants to?
Wow.
Oh, it's-
Him and Mike would be like, oh, let's go.
No, the difference is Brian would live on 50 acres
Mhm.
with this cute little house in the middle of it. That's
Tiny.
itty bitty. We're definitely that's the next step. 100%.
Like 700 square feet or
Yes,
less.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Only one kid can visit at a time with their family,
Right.
and
Look around
he
the
would
meeting.
never leave.
Full.
Me, I'm too social.
Yep.
I can't.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would drive you crazy. And
Oh.
not to be able to have all of them come over
Yeah.
with their families and their stuff. Hello.
Did you go get him lunch for his birthday? I did. Thanks for asking us, jerk.
I'm starving. I was gonna on the way here. I was like, should I Uber eat something there?
Aw, we can go out to eat after.
Mm.
So yeah, I would say out of all the things that we've gotten to do in our lives, for me, it's this, for sure.
Cool. I like that answer.
And
So I
you're-
was-
go ahead.
Oh, we do this again. Please go.
Dang it. I was gonna say, and you're super involved in the community. Like not only do you have,
We were going to say the same thing anyway, so
Okay.
it didn't matter.
Did you guys share notes before
No.
you got here?
I don't
You guys
take
do
notes.
that?
It's ridiculous.
yeah,
Right.
Her list of shit is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I feel, yes. So I feel like if we do that, then it's then scripted and I'm sitting here, so Miss
Yeah.
Amanda, and I have this list of questions. Now, sure, there are times where I'm like, okay, well, I don't really have any other questions. And hopefully she's got questions because I'm not sure what I'm going to say next. But
yeah.
it's just easier to just have the conversation and to see where it goes. And, you know,
It flows so much better. And I mean, we're usually on the same page, or she covers something that I didn't think about, or vice versa.
Yeah.
But I feel like, we know you guys pretty well. So it just flows so much more naturally and better. And we like it this way. Unless there's something specifically that we don't want to forget about,
Or not to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
that too, Yeah.
But yeah, you have a long list of stuff that I'm like,
So.
Yeah, rattle them up.
Well, you got to start the conversation the right way because when I came on at Blackjack, you had a market.
Mhm.
So I joined BNI and joined the chamber. And I joined all these things. And I came home one night and I looked at Brian. I'm like, okay, I'm putting them all. I'm done. Like it's not filling my cup. I'm not enjoying it.
yeah.
right.
I'm not.
You're
enjoying
just going through the motions.
Yeah, I literally quit it all, like that week. And then, okay, now what? Because we had to we were still fairly new. We had to get our name out there.
Mhm.
And Commissioner Jack Mariano, reached out to me and he said, would you like to serve on the board? And the very first board I ever served on was West Pasco Habitat Community.
Mhm.
And it was when it was on what road? It was like that little
By the cemetery? over
Yes,
there?
yeah.
Or were they in a different location?
No, that's where they were, and then they had the restore right next to it. So
Yeah.
we sold things that we inherit. People would donate to Habitat,
Mm-hmm.
and I really liked it, and I liked the people, and what I really liked is I was sitting at a table of people I didn't know, and they were the leaders within the community. And I'm like, how am I never met these people?
Yeah.
I went to the chamber things, I did the BNI things. How am I never met these people?
Mm-hmm.
So I served on Habitat for a couple of years, actually, like probably 4 or 5 years. I was part of the merger when they merged with Pinellas. So then I found something I really enjoyed, and that nonprofit arena is definitely something that fills my cup.
Yeah.
So I am past president and current secretary of the Newport Richey Rotary Club. I sit on the board for the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce. I am the sponsorship chair for the Chasco Fiesta event. I sit on the board for Health Life Charities. I sit on the board for Leadership Pasco. And I think that's it. Right?
It's not enough, Amanda. Like really.
Oh, and yes, and I'm a new board member for Youth and Family Alternatives for the Rap House.
Well,
Oh, cool.
Yes.
you're
that's
really
brand new. I'm
you're
doing-
really not doing much.
All right.
But I strategically place it. Our goal is for me not to be out of the house for more than 2 nights a week.
Mhm.
And it works out. It just somehow, and I'm a true believer that you surround yourself by people that are smarter than you. Clearly, we wouldn't be able to do any of this without the team that we have at Blackjack or I mean, it just wouldn't happen. Brian and I couldn't handle it. So at Blackjack, we have 2 amazing designers, probably 2 of the best designers we've ever had. Would you agree with that? 2
Yeah.
female designers. Yeah, Brian says there's too much.
There's too much estrogen in this
Blackjack.
place.
Yeah. So we have 2 amazing designers at Blackjack, Mitzi and Jackie. Jackie just joined our team about 3 months ago, and she's fantastic. And her and Mitzi really work really well together. And then Chris is our general manager, who's been with us we were just having that conversation a long time.
He's fixing on taking over. He's
Yeah.
taking over. He's just.
So we've given him more responsibilities as Naturecoast has grown. And then Faith is here with us at Naturecoast. She does all of the permitting, I literally can just walk in and hand her a stack of mail and be like, here you go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she files it all away for me. She takes all the permitting. And then we have, just an amazing sales staff with Naturecoast now. And then of course Hunter runs the ship here. We just, mom and dad come in and
So-
offer support.
I forgot. that we didn't mention that you're in a new location for Nature Coast because
Yes.
it was being run out of Blackjack.
Yes.
And because you've grown so much quickly,
Yes.
like you had to move out. So
Yeah.
when did you actually move in here? A month ago, maybe?
I don't know, we probably should have written that down somewhere.
I don't know. This happened.
Yeah, so Jeremy and Megan Harding, who
Mhm.
used to own Barrett Harding Insurance, they had this wonderful office that we're in. And, we were just starting out with Nature Coast, so it was me and Brian and Hunter and some very small support. And we were like, well, we'll just do it out of here. It's just like working from home, except
Mhm.
Blackjack was already in existence and it had a garage door where you could put stuff in.
Right.
So we grew very quickly, and Jeremy and Megan offered us this space, and it's absolutely perfect. I feel like I have more control in my life, I'm gonna be honest, because when I walk in here, I can put my Nature Coast hat on. Like, there's no
Mhm.
Blackjack people walking in, there's no Blackjack employees walking in, and I feel like when I'm here, I'm strictly Nature Coast.
Yeah,
And
you
then
have a
when I'm at
dedicated
Blackjack, I'm
space.
strictly Blackjack.
Yeah.
So and we have this beautiful conference room table. We just had a team meeting this morning where everybody just kind of, it's funny because we all have offices and spaces, but we all have a tendency to just sit around this table and what's next, what are we working on? And Nature Coast is definitely growing. Part of the conversation this morning was adding to our fleet, which is
Mhm.
so crazy. It's how the hell did we get here? But it's good. It's all good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's only, you guys have been Nature Coast for like a year and a half
Year and a half.
ish.
Yeah. We opened in October
22.
22.
Okay, yeah, so a year and a half,
Mhm.
truly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it's
Good.
been, and customer service has always been part of Blackjack. It was part of the preschool. It was part of anything and everything we've always done. And making sure that we offer the best, absolute best customer service, whether you're wrapping a vehicle, buying an airboat, or buying a roof.
and you have to nowadays because I feel like, I mean, that's always something that's super important, but I feel like it's something that the world is lacking in general, like across the board. So
You will, I promise you, in any business we ever own, you will never have to press one more than once. And if you press 0, guess what? You're gonna get one of us. I cannot stand that. If you, I can't tell you how many times I've yelled at the phone and said, operator!
oh gosh,
Yeah.
oh, same here. And I just hit 0, 0,
Yes.
0.
Yes.
They ask you questions and then you get on the phone with somebody and then they ask you the same questions.
Then you have to
and
say
like,
the whole thing
why
over
did-
again.
Why did I just tell you all the things that I told you for you to not even have that information in front
Right.
of you? You know? So frustrating.
Agreed. So I promise you'll never have to do that when it comes to us.
It's funny.
I don't think I don't even know how to get a hold of you guys on that number.
No,
I just have your cell phone.
No, why would we?
and 9 times out of 10, that's how people do get in touch with us. They'll
Yeah.
either text me, Brian, or Chris.
It's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, gotta love it.
I do try to avoid that.
Well, I mean, like I got a phone call yesterday from Progressive AC. They've been with us for a very long time. They have 2 buses with us. We've wrapped their entire fleet.
Mm-hmm.
And Will Rogers, who's one of the owners, texted me yesterday, hey, we're getting a new vehicle. When can I bring it? I text him back within 5 minutes and he's dropping it off tomorrow. Like, that's just
Same thing with Kilty last week.
guilty. Yeah.
They delivered 4 to us this week.
Yeah. Marcia texted me yesterday, hey, I have somebody that needs a roof. Who should I have him call?
Yeah.
Call me or Hunter.
Yeah.
That's just, that goes back to that. We never leave your basket. As long as we're business owners.
Your phone will still ring.
Yeah, probably.
I was gonna say, I feel like people call you for things. I mean, I called you about, with my house because I was like, what do I do? I know a lot of people, but you guys know like 8 million more people. So people just
That's
call for
constant.
advice. Hey, what do I do in this situation?
It's constant.
Yeah.
That's
As a
good though.
therapist.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I ask business questions. You've experienced a heck of a lot more than I ever have. So any questions that I have, you're one of the first people that I think of to, hey, what do we do?
Yeah. How do I handle this situation?
Well, and we make a good team.
Yeah.
We've figured out which lines not to cross.
Yeah.
And it took us a hot minute to figure that out, but we perfected it.
Yeah, it sucks in our shoes.
Yeah.
When people ask for recommendations, because we do with Blackjack, we've got 50 plumbing and AC companies, so it's like.
Right.
Why don't
Yeah.
you recommend me?
You're one of
We
the
don't-
500 that I know.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
like, it's hard. Very
Yep.
hard.
Yeah, that can be tough. I mean, I think even for us too, like people want recommendations on things and it's really hard because just growing up in this community, you know so many people that sometimes they do the same thing and it's like
Yeah.
just
I
either
kind
you
of give
don't
a
recommend
give
or-
a couple and
yeah.
My dad
We'll have
and
to
Henry's
figure it
dad
out.
have been friends since the 70s.
right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a tough line, but trial and error, you learn.
For- Before she was born.
learn along the way.
You learn, you know, especially from your mistakes.
For sure. I mean, that's why we have to make them.
Fail forward.
Yeah.
That's what happens most of the time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's what you need to grow.
Yep. But then you never make that mistake ever again.
You learn, yeah. Or you don't, and then I don't know what to tell you.
If you don't learn from your mistakes, then you're not making the right mistakes.
That's a good point.
It's a good one. Put that on a shirt.
Seriously.
Amanda needs to write a book.
Surround yourself by people that are smarter than you. Stay in your lane.
So anyway,
Mhm.
That's, anyone who knows me knows that that's my motto. Stay in your lane.
For sure. I have to reel myself back in every once in a while.
You know, I mean, that's part of don't take on something you can't fix either.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know mortgages. I know how to market and wrap vehicles. Like,
Find the people
Stay-
that have the
Yeah.
expertise.
and that was something
what
with
you do.
Blackjack. We were afraid to expand because our mentors told us find something you're really, really good at it.
Like your niche.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and stick to it.
Yeah.
And we're like, do we want to add that service? Is that something that we want to do? Like,
we
Right.
got some cool stuff coming from Blackjack now.
yeah.
We can't talk about that yet, but it's coming.
We're gonna dangle the carrot.
Yep. So find us on Facebook.
Yeah.
October.
All right. Cool.
October. Oh my gosh. What a cliffhanger. How many months?
It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. It's already Christmas, I think.
Oh, stop. No. Oh,
Don't do that to
stop.
this woman.
No, because we gotta get through Halloween. No.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm excited for Halloween this year. I
I think Miss Kayla's gonna help me.
Mhm.
She is.
Mhm.
Well, remember last year, I was like,
We
I told
traumatized
her.
her.
We're like, are you coming?
We
You're like,
traumatized her year one.
yeah, year one, I was traumatized. I was stuck at the very last scare lot. And like, I
Oh,
was,
that's because she was in your lot.
No.
No, where were you at?
She
Oh, you
was-
were in
CMF.
CMF.
Yeah.
and we were zombies. And then I was like, why am I acting like this character? Like that was, like, I think 8 hours.
All day.
I felt like somebody ran me over and then beat me up after. And I was
remember
like,
that.
I'm not doing this ever
And that was the year that we only did it one night.
yeah. Thank the Lord.
The 2 nights is.
I wouldn't have.
When you say she's gonna help you, what are you doing a lot?
Mm-mm.
She's gonna help you with the treasury stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was like, so that acting role, that's not for me. I'm leaving that. I hung that hat up.
That's definitely James Morris.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's hard. Like, you got to really think about what you're doing. And
He's
It's
the
just-
perfect person for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've told the story before. He absolutely made Christian's night because he was in the lot working, essentially being a scare, and he wanted to go and ride through the lots. Well, you don't get to when you're in the lot working them. So I'm like, come on, it's almost over. And James actually had already gotten down. And I don't know if he saw them or saw us or just saw a kid or whatever the circumstance was. So I put all his stuff back on and climbed back up. And when he flew, not kidding, over the top of this golf cart and Christian lit up, like, I'm like, what do you, that's like so cool. Could cry talking about it just to see his little face. So it was cool. But no, like you have to be that person.
That's not me. I want to be where the people are. I can talk to people and interact
Yeah.
and.
We'll put you
Yeah.
to work, don't you worry.
Oh, there's
I'm
plenty of work.
Yeah. For sure.
I guess we'll recap this after.
Can you believe it's gonna be Halloween 5?
No, I
Like,
can't
that's
believe that.
insane. Remember, we were literally sitting on our back porch having this conversation when it first started, during COVID. Like,
Yep.
what can we do that will,
Bring people together and nobody's gonna feel uncomfortable, but
During COVID.
yeah.
Yeah.
during COVID.
We couldn't go trick or treating. We couldn't do anything.
You remember we got shut down?
Yes. I'll never forget that
We
either.
definitely learned from that mistake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were so mad. We're like, we didn't shut it down. Like
No.
it was all the roads were blocked and the
Yeah.
cops basically shut us down.
Yeah.
We stopped counting it like 4,000 cars that first year.
Yeah,
It's
because
crazy.
there's nothing else to do.
No.
People wanted to get out. You
Yeah.
couldn't go trick or treating. You can go door to
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
No, I don't even think the theme parks were open yet.
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Can you believe that that's going to be like a history book for our great grandkids?
Yeah.
We all the COVID pandemic. Like it's like
Oh yeah.
You
When
know?
you look back at the
we all survived.
pandemics that have happened in the past.
Uh-huh.
It's the one where they wore like the real long masks on their noses.
I think that was the Holocaust.
Was it?
Yeah, that was
I'm not good
the.
at history. But
I think that was like
attention.
that was like I think that was the Holocaust where they were like making. I think they were mimicking like Jews or something. 'Cause of the nose.
Oh.
I think I don't know.
Well, that's
Somebody,
just like-
somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
We have no.
But that's what I think.
We have no idea.
I think you're right. Yeah.
That's what I remember, but I'm not gonna have to look it up.
Well, that's like polio. I mean, Rotary's been eradicating polio for years.
Yeah.
And, I think COVID will be a lot like polio.
Yeah, wild time.
For sure. And of course, one of my kids graduated and we didn't have a graduation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was lots of things.
That's where we started
So
the drive-bys for like birthday parties and stuff because kids couldn't have birthday parties. So we would drive through their neighborhoods, honking their horns and handing out gifts or
And I
whatever.
feel like that's when marketing changed a little bit too.
Everything changed.
Yeah, because when COVID first hit, Brian and I with Blackjack, we were like, how is this going to affect our business? And what are we going to do now? So with like vehicle wraps, people started, as we all know, the trades got really busy
Mm-hmm.
because everyone was at home. Toilets were breaking, ACs, electrical. So we shut our front door. We locked the front door. We sent everything via email and we did Zoom calls for designs. People would pull up, they would leave their vehicle out front, they would put their key in it, they would text us, let us know it's out front. We'd pull it in the garage, we'd wrap it, pull it back out, and they'd be on their way. It was definitely a lesson learned that, how do you get into these homes for marketing?
Yeah.
And we all learned how to do that. And I think that's when really Facebook took off as to how to market your business digitally.
Right.
Yeah, that was, I think like she said, everything changed. The way people saw their homes and what they, they're like, oh, I hate this wall over here. It's a plain
Let's
white
knock
wall.
it down.
Yeah, let's knock it down, or let's add shelving to it, or let's add this or that to it. And then, and then it also, I feel like it ramped up like just people starting their own businesses and branching off, because look at how many people who were non-essential workers, everyone just got laid off or furloughed or whatever because they couldn't go to work. And then you're like, well, now what? What do we do?
I liked the family part of it. Yes, it was a pain in the ass doing the kids' school online or whatever,
Oh, yeah,
but
I'm
just
not
the
good at that.
time that like you got to spend, the time that we don't have now today, like
Mm-hmm.
just being home, riding bikes, going and taking a bike ride with your family. Like we did it during COVID. We don't do it now. Who's got time for that? You ride bikes with your kids?
Nothing changed for me. We still went fishing and hunting. So
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I was on the boat all the time.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time on the boat.
Yeah.
And
But
we bought- we
your
bought-
kids were there though,
Yeah.
And we bought a camper that year.
Yeah.
So that's when we bought the camper and we started going camping and stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's one of the things that we love to do. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Brian's got a hat on.
Oh.
You guys have to ask him about the hat.
What's it say? Hashtag FBD fishing boat docks.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right,
I'm
tell
just
us about
gonna-
it.
We're gonna leave it at that. You guys can Google it and figure it out.
Really? You're not going to tell him the story?
Hi.
It has to do with, it's something very controversial. So he's going against the grain wearing this on the podcast.
Oh,
He's like, can I wear this on Kayla on this podcast?
well, now you're not going to tell us what it is?
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, well, he's having a stance, but not going to tell us what the stance is.
And then I love that he just says, well, nothing changed for me. I still went hunting
fishing boat dock.
Ducks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fishing boat docks.
Really, just tell them the story. She's gonna pull it up anyway.
It's not nice.
It's not nice. Oh, is that
Fine.
Okay.
Brian's
Let
version?
me, it's like actually pulling up fishing boat docks. Okay, so
Hashtag FBD.
FBD.
Oh my lord, you're such a
So there's an owner.
There we go. Here we go.
So they started a new fishing tour called Major League Fishing. And the owner of it is screwed a lot of people on it. They started off with 80 pros that quit fishing major circuits. So they're cutting it down to 50. So 30 pros now have to go and requalify and basically start at the ground level to work their way back up into the other circuits that they were fishing. Because this owner he needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the guys started a page against them, I guess you could say. And it's the owner of the MLF is Boyd Duckett.
Okay.
So you can get what the hashtag stands for. It's not fishing boat docks.
Got it.
Oh, I figured it was something
So,
not
controversial.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be? It's Brian.
Yeah.
So he follows all of that stuff. We don't watch TV at night. We watch YouTube. So he follows all of that. I don't like. How did we get to that point in our lives where we stopped watching TV?
I don't know, but
I go downstairs in Grandma's room and watch Wheel of Fortune because he's watching YouTube.
I don't even have like regular TV or cable or like that. Everything's streamed.
Yeah.
Somebody the other day was like trying to find something I'm watching, and maybe they should put all of the streaming things all in one. They're like, that was called cable.
And remember how scared we were to cut the
Oh
cord?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
That was
why.
a learning curve for us.
Yeah, we can still watch the same, types of shows or whatever. I don't like
Yeah.
most of the time. It's mindless. Put something on in the background while I'm working, or I'm falling asleep at night. I'm gonna fall asleep watching this movie or whatever. What is it?
Yeah, he watches track. So it's funny because we've met
The
so
boys
many-
watch YouTube, fishing,
Oh my
and
God.
baseball. But yeah,
we've met a lot of new people based upon the roofing company, right?
Mhm.
So who was it that was in our?
I don't know.
Who was that? I don't remember who we were talking to. Oh, we were talking to the 3M rep. It wasn't
Yeah.
Naturecoast. It was Blackjack's. The 3M rep came in. We have a new 3M rep, and Brian doesn't really like new people. So right? So we're all sitting in my office and we're having this conversation. Well, then the guy brings up YouTube. Brian's eyes. He sat up in his chair differently.
you wanted to talk
And
to
they
him.
were talking about tractors and watching tractors on YouTube. Well, you guys were watching something else. And Brian's like, well, do you watch this guy? And the guy was like, well, no, do you watch this guy? I'm like, what, how do you find this entertaining? How do you find watching someone sit on a tractor moving dirt entertaining?
I'm sure they talk about more than that.
No, they don't. I swear, no.
It turns your mind off and you go to sleep.
No.
It's like reading a book.
Yeah, Richard Brian is like reading a book.
It's like reading a book.
Yeah, I read the book. He watches tractors. And then there's some guy that catches hogs.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
kind of like him.
Yup, yup.
Yeah, what does he say at the end? Yes, you do.
Bible verse. I don't know what it is.
And he makes this crazy noise at the end of it.
Well, I feel like we all like different things because of the weird stuff that we watch. Like Mike was looking over, he was sitting next to me and I was watching something on Instagram, and it was like somebody cleaning their house or like somebody decorating. He's like, that's what you watch? And I'm like, yeah.
And that's the thing. I mean, we all have this device in our hand. We can all watch whatever, We're trying to be better at putting it down at night, putting the device down.
Oh, it's easy at your house. You have no internet.
Well, we have Wi-Fi.
No signal, no cell phone.
Oh,
I
no.
can't talk on the phone.
No,
I have to go outside.
it's good, but it's terrible.
Yeah.
I would not be able to function because I
'Cause you
try to work from home. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I have to leave to be able to go. But I will say that it's very peaceful, and like you get to reset and you don't have to worry about any of those things.
Unplug, just come
I've just
come
come to Amanda's house. Yep.
The kids say I don't ever have food, but we do always.
We
have
have,
food. Yeah.
they just don't like.
They don't like
Okay.
the food I have.
Mhm.
We like never have food at our house, but we don't have kids or anything. And so like, we don't have, I don't know. It's just different when
The
You're not-
refrigerator could be jam packed full of
And they could.
and they still will say they don't feel like making it.
they
we don't
still
have
stand there
anything.
with
We don't
both
have anything.
Doors wide open. There's no food in this house.
They
And
want to
then-
Uber eat something. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, here's all the Uber Eats that we've done all week long. Pick something that you've left over.
What did you just want to do for lunch, Kayla?
what?
Uber Eats. She wants to Uber Eats.
Yeah, I wanted to Uber Eats something
Uber
here.
Eats. She's gonna Uber Eats.
Yeah. I go back and forth. I delete those apps off my phone, but then I need them sometimes.
And Ryan yells at me.
You
He's
know
like,
how
"You
much money
should-"
that
Yeah,
costs you
see?
all?
Yeah. Well, listen, I've been better about it.
Ridiculous.
I know. It is stupid.
Even when it's like, I'm going to order from Chick-fil-A, it's still Uber something or another, and you're getting all the extra charges. Your $30 Chick-fil-A order becomes $50 really quick.
Yeah, no, my kids know how to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Cook.
Yeah, you know.
I'm trying to think. Christian, he knows how to cook. Go figure.
Kristen does?
Yes,
Yeah.
Courtney and Kaylee, gosh, they'll starve before they have to make anything.
Oh, Hallie will make food. She's my baker. Like, she likes to make
She was
cookies.
making pancakes.
At midnight.
And you guys
That's
were
right.
like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? She
Yeah,
was
I'm
making
like
pancakes.
falling asleep.
Yeah. And then, there's always somebody at the house.
Yeah.
Literally always someone at the house. So, yeah. she'll
We're
make
just coming
pancakes
by.
and somebody will always.
Hadley will make us
people in.
pancakes. We'll be good to go.
Even though the boys, I came home early last night, Hunter grilled chicken, I made mac and cheese. Apparently I messed up the mac and cheese. He said it was gross.
Yeah.
And they all Uber Eat. Hunter Uber Eats McDonald's at 11 o'clock last night.
I'm a Bella.
Yeah,
Another one for you.
my kids do it too. I'm like, we just ate, and now it's midnight, and you're Uber eating whatever, McDonald's most of the time or whatever. But gross.
No, no thank you.
Gross.
No, thank you.
I try not to do it very often, only if it's like a special occasion.
Or when she's out of time.
Once a week, Kayla?
No, not even once a week. No. Sometimes you just don't feel like going and picking something up. You know? You
Goodness.
just want to have like a
We
movie
don't
night.
have anything there else.
Nothing,
No.
nothing. I think that'll change, but
Oh, it's
Yeah.
definitely changed.
they have
Oh, yeah.
3 lanes open on 52.
Really?
3.
I haven't been up
well,
in a while.
going one way, yeah, 3 lanes.
What's that new neighborhood that they're building but close to you? Yep.
Angeline. Yeah.
So all in
Guys need to
between
buy
there.
houses in there.
You think? I thought it was really pretty. I
Buy a
liked it.
house. Buy it now and watch what happens.
It's going to get crazy.
I want to
There
get by
could
the
be
water.
building
I'm
in
so
there.
torn. I love my house. I love where we are. But I want to be by the water. But when I go to by the water, where am I going to send my kids to school? So
No water.
No, it ruins things.
Thanks, Kayla, about the water.
It does ruin
It
things.
It ruins things.
It ruins everything.
I know, but wouldn't it be nice just to be able to like walk out and right there by the
It
water
is
and get on the
nice.
boat?
Like
and-
to go on a random boat day. It's like, wait, you want to go on the boat today? Okay. I grab my towel and my little go bag that already has all my stuff in it, and
Mhm.
that's it.
I do that, but we go to the camper.
Yeah.
And I literally pack all of my stuff in the laundry basket.
Yeah.
We stop at Publix on the way there. I have my beach bag that's already ready to go, and we just go.
Tell me about your experience this weekend.
Oh.
I saw you're fishing. Tell us.
So for 3 weeks, I've heard nothing but shit. My youngest son,
Go ahead.
both of my boys have grown up. My youngest son drives my bass boat at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Mom doesn't want to go on the boat with him.
Okay.
So all we heard was, I'm not going on the boat with him. He's not driving me
No,
around.
no, he's fishing a tournament. Okay, so we're gonna bring both boats. We're gonna bring the bass boat and the bay boat,
Mhm.
right? And I've got Hyatt's friend with me, and then
Yeah.
Hunter's
Yeah.
Hunter's Bella, and I've got 3 kids with me. And he's like, so Hyatt's gonna drive you, and I'm gonna go fish for a tournament. I'm like, huh?
We're doing what?
No. I'm like, he just got his driver's license. He drives the vehicle fine, but I feel like the water's different. Like, I feel like the etiquette, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not our home lake, it's Kissimmee.
It is our home.
Well, it is now after 3 years, but you know, so Hyatt did very well. He was my captain for the weekend and he did phenomenal.
Oh, good.
So this one, as soon as we get to the camper on Friday night, he's like, okay, everybody get in the boat. We're gonna show mom where you're going. And you know, and Brian's like, I'm gonna be right here, Amanda. Okay. So the boys are like, you gotta get up at 7:30, Mom. Oh, okay. Well, he got up early with Brian and they put the boat in the water and they all fell back to sleep. Well, I laid in bed and had my coffee because I'm not waking them up. If I can lay in the bed and enjoy the morning, right? So
Right.
it's like 9 o'clock and Hyatt comes strolling out and he's like, so Dad texted me and we're not going where we were last night. What? What do you mean?
You shouldn't have drank coffee.
What do you mean we're not
Should have
going?
gone up and gone.
What do you mean we're not going where we went last? He's like, Hyatt looks at me, he's like,
Battery just died. Let's move over.
Hyatt looks at me, he's like, plans changed, Mom. And I'm like, oh, hell no.
Look at that. It's frozen.
Oh,
My battery died.
Kayla's battery died. Wonder.
So, long story short, Hyatt did a great job, but we had to go down, it's called Tiger River,
I really,
Tiger Lake. And it's literally, have you ever been on like the Dragon Road in Georgia? What's that road called?
the Dragon Tail.
Dragon Tail, where you go, it's like this.
No.
Well, we were on that on the water. So you're going like this, and of course boats can be coming this way, and you don't know if there's a boat coming. You just hope that
Wing
they
it
follow
and hope for the
it.
best.
Hope that they know what they're doing and
So
that
then Brian sees us pull up, and Brian's like, "Holy shit!" She let him drive through Tiger. I didn't know where we were going.
what was she supposed to say?
That's what I said. Like, we're halfway through it already.
I thought for sure I was going to try the boat back.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
You told me I needed to live a
That's
little.
tight. It's 2 boats wide.
Ooh.
You did it.
That's terms.
Well, I mean, what were you gonna do? Panic?
Yeah.
How many alligators did you see?
I always thought fun. There was one dead one.
Mm.
Did you see that dead one? It was on the bank. Bella's like, what are they doing to it? I'm like, honey, that's their food now.
Yeah.
While she's breeding it.
Oh, she's cutie. Mm-hmm.
Bella,
Mm-hmm.
the little girl will fish all day with me.
Yeah, she's also deadly with that lure.
All day. Never seen a little girl. I've never seen any kid fish all day. I
And
love
she
it.
looked at me, she's like, Amanda, you're not fishing. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna sit here and read my book while you guys fish. I'm good.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'll do it a little bit, but you know.
Especially bass fishing, you can watch me drive. It really is. I can't. No. But he likes it, the kids like it, so I was happy.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're on the water, how can you go wrong?
Yeah.
It's relaxing.
And then we stopped and we let rip our new puppy catch the football and we had a good time. It was nice. I survived and I lived little.
There you go. That's all you can ask
I
for.
just want to go live a little.
There was a lot of living this weekend. I
It
just
sounds
say.
like it.
Yeah, no, it's good. And it was
Sounds like a
with all the
great,
kids.
yeah, great weekend.
Well, we're always so busy, like Lindsay said, is, take a bike ride. Well, we took the weekend and
They call Hunter. I'm going to meet.
It's our key. Our clue.
Just walk in the front. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're coming up to
About
about an hour now anyway, so we covered a lot of stuff.
Yes.
We did.
Yeah.
I was excited to have you.
Yeah.
And it was funny, like I said, I didn't think that Brian would want to be on a show like this. I said, I guess. But the truth is that but I never, no, you weren't. You were not.
She said
You so were not.
If I go on the boat this weekend, then you got to do the podcast.
That was not the,
That
no,
is
I said
not the
Lindsay
deal.
and Kayla asked, and he's like, only for Lindsay and Kayla.
And that's what I said. I said, well, I never asked him. I assumed. So we're appreciative. We're glad to have you.
Say something.
We're definitely doing the
There it is.
reel of noises. The life of Brian's grunts.
And you never know what you're gonna get.
Right.
Pretty much.
But we
And I'm
appreciate
sending
it.
my boy hunting with you. I'm tired of hearing about it.
Aw.
Don't tell him that you're going to take him and then I'll take him. I'm dropping them all.
Yeah, no.
I got a couple of them I got to take this year, don't I?
Yeah.
We're gonna need another
We
camera.
we got a pet zoo though in Georgia. It's easy for the kids.
They like it.
That's all we do.
Christian's a good boy. He'll fish with you. from sun up to sundown. Don't give him a little Dramamine every once in a while, but other than that, he's
You
good.
don't need Dramamine on a lake.
No, not on a lake. You're right.
It's different.
Sorry, if we were talking about fishing, absolutely, but not on the lake. Well,
He's
Saturday's
the
pretty-
only one out of all of us, like, and he's a trooper, man. He'll not feel good, and
You just,
But he's
Works
having
through
so
it.
much fun.
right, he just goes through it.
Yeah.
He might nap for a little bit, and then when he gets up, and when the water's cold, you can't put him in the water. But
Yeah.
I've gotten him to be able to, like, okay, if you're not feeling good, just hop in the water, and he feels better.
well,
No
I was
sharks.
gonna say, I know we're doing it at the end, but I was gonna say we appreciate both of you. Both have supported both the companies, all the companies.
Yeah.
One way or the other, whether
Always.
doing business with us or promoting us.
I need to
or-
order my Jeep sign for my pictures for my Jeep event.
Oh, okay.
It's coming up in less than a month.
I think Naturecoast should have a tent there this year.
I'm putting the ads out today for vendors.
We'll have to make sure that Hunter's available for that.
Yeah. That'd be good. That'd be fun.
I still have my blew up flamingo thing that I didn't get to wear,
Oh, we're gonna get you to wear that.
but I have it. It's still in the box.
Remember
We
when
got,
she
we got a
was-
big flamingo for you.
The big,
The big one.
the big blow up.
Yeah,
The one that-
Lindsay was with me.
That did the
That was
the
so
float.
much fun.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Mhm.
It's definitely good on our radar for next year. We need a better house though. On our float.
I jumped literally on top of
Yeah.
Brian.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, we all survived that one.
Yes.
It's fine. Yeah. Good times. But Brian and I we really do appreciate you guys. Both of you.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right.
Till next time.
Bye, Jesse.